We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Golden State Warriors come in for this one. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. For the Bucks, they continue their stretch of home games. They presently occupy that final playoff spot. Up a game as the regular season winds to a close, but no time to relax.
And they prove that they know how to beat this team. We saw that in the first meeting. Can they make it a clean sweep on the season series? We'll find out tonight.
Well, they come in, I think, with the confidence that they can do just that. Make it a sweep. I mean, I look for them to attack early and really try to take the mental advantage here, the psychological advantage here in the early going.
So Golden State will get the first possession. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Maurice Speights out there with Draymond Green. And it's Curry in at the 1. Now here's Speights. On the wing, it's Iguodala, guarded by Mayo. 5 on the clock. Here's Green. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Green's got the game going here with the first basket for the Warriors. Carter Williams with it. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
And so it's Milwaukee now to the left wing. The drive by Monroe, and he dunks it down.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
On defense, the Bucks, they beat the Warriors during their last encounter in Oakland.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the board. They just pounded them inside.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Carter Williams. The reverse, and Monroe puts it in. Monroe's got 6.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
To the paint, here's Green, and he gets it to go.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Monroe takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Now here's Speights. He averages about 5 points a game. Thompson with the bucket.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
And here's Mayo from beyond the arc. Draymond Green pulls it in. The Warriors have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Bucks trail by 3. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Well, these are players that have a job to do, and they've been doing it very well. Here's a look at the top passing point guards in the NBA over the course of the past 10 games. Third is Michael Carter Williams.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position, and that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
I agree. I mean, their vision, their unselfishness, the connection they have with their teammates, it really adds up to a real wealth of understanding of what to do out there, and it makes them a special group.
Now Monroe, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up. He can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. And at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
And so Monroe nails both of them. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Curry outside. Now the dish to Iguodala. Back to Thompson. Feeds it to Curry. Over Carter Williams. And the Warriors miss again.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
And there's Green on the assist by Curry. And that's now 10 points for Draymond Green. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Carter Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
Another miss by Curry.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
From deep three-point range, finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Carter Williams, the pass to Antetokounmpo.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Iguodala's drive. Outside for Curry. Thompson for the triple. Rebound by Monroe. Bucks have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Thompson inside the line. Again, the miss by Thompson.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone. Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope. It's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
Green against Monroe. Outside for Curry. And he gets the jumper to drop. Curry's got 5. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from D2. At the elbow, it's Mayo. It's stolen by Green. The Warriors, another fast break opportunity here. Curry, good. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Monroe, no good.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Green with the ball. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. They get it back. The Bucks trail. Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And Spates gets to go.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
And so it's Milwaukee now. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Barbosa for 3, and the shot is good. Barbosa's got his first 3 points of the game. It's Parker outside, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors ahead, up by 7, and the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove. Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
That's a great point. Anybody who plays against him knows he looks plenty strong when you're banging with him. But if he needs to push and motivate himself by playing with a chip on his shoulder, well, a lot of guys have gone a long, long way in this league using that method.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Warriors?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Parker and Henson are at the forward slots. Mayo out there with Jared Bayless, and it's Plumlee in at the center position.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Barbosa gets the bucket.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Here's Bayless. They get the rebound. Parker using his post move to get the 2 points.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Here's Gibson after the basket by Milwaukee. Barbosa gets the bucket.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Here's Henson. And another shot. And the rejection by Ezeli. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Stephen Curry, he's checked in for Thompson. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Mayo into the lane, and it's good.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And Gibson sends it back. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Curry's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. Now Bayless. Eight points his last outing, and that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. The Warriors, number 1.
Now, they've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
Warriors leading by 10. Nobody near Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Barnes has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Inside. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Jabari Parker, as a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
Here's Bayless. Great D that time from Gibson.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Barnes can't get it to go. Bucks trail by 15 from about 19 feet. Green with the rebound. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The Bucks making a switch here. Monroe's checked in. Spates checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And the Warriors miss again. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The Bucks working the ball around. Barnes against Carter Williams. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Now here's Iguodala. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And Milwaukee has possession. Kept alive.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
0-1 near Iguodala as he lets it go. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting, his mother started taping Jordan's games on the VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
And it's slammed in by Monroe.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Warriors leading by 22. To the inside. Here's Spates. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists in the game. And for Iguodala, some have said he's unselfish, Clark, to a fault.
Yeah, and you know, a great athlete and ball handler. I think he could be much more aggressive looking to attack off the dribble. He's really unique, though, a player who puts his emphasis on the defensive end and does a really good job at that end of the floor. I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really falling off.
And that one's good. Drummond's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Curry. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 15 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
And the Bucks, they're shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. Green with the block. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Jabari Parker's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the Warriors also making a change. Thompson, he's checked in for Barnes. Here's Monroe. That one wide left.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Parker with the steal. Fast break, Milwaukee. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's 7 points for Klay Thompson. Monroe outside. Drummond dishes to Bayless. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Curry. Got it! He got it! Just in time. What a shot!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Warriors ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we'll get going after this from the BMO here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. And the first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 18 points, 7 assists, and 1 steal. He put last. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
A good quarter for Curry. He has 18 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those 3-point shots.
You said it. His long-range jumpers are having a deadly effect.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Steph, Klay, and Dre on the perimeter. Green is out there with Maurice Spates. Curry's shot is good.
He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once, and it had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force. And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his self-defense that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Here's Curry, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And guys, Steph Curry, the rare point guard who's almost as effective playing off the ball as he is on it. And the Warriors have really emphasized that as he's evolved as a player, bringing in a lot of playmakers who can set him up coming off screens.
John Henson's checked in for Andre Drummond. And then for Golden State, Gibson comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Here's Barnes. Misses the reverse. And speaking of Curry playing off the ball in the pass, Clark, we'd see him guarding shooting guards defensively. Some said trying to hide him against lesser offensive players.
Well, I think guarding 2 guards gave him a chance maybe to save some energy for the offensive end. But recently, Steve Kerr has had him on point guards more. You want your best players taking the challenge at both ends of the court.
And the Bucks making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. Then for the Warriors, Festus Ezeli comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Barbosa in for Curry. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
3 points, Fairview.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Henson, and again, the Bucks miss.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss. Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Mayo, that's good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
The Bucks have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Barnes. Can't cash in from the left block. Here's Ezeli. And Henson pulls it down.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And when it comes to Michael Carter-Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, plays hard, but he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Parker's checked in for Milwaukee. Well, going back to Michael Carter-Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, and you played the position, he gives you a lot of assists, but he also averages over 4 turnovers a game. That was just last year.
Yeah, that's true. And he gives you plenty of rebounds and steals as well. But sometimes the shot also, Kevin, not necessarily where you'd like it to be. At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled. But the talent is there. It's just going to take some time for him to mature. And the jury's really still out on him. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Henson with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Got that bucket in no time at all. Henson's got his first points in this one.
What a smart pass by Carter-Williams right there.
Ezeli kicks to Barbosa. There's the feed to Ezeli. No one near him. Not enough on that one as it misses.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Barbosa gets the bucket.
And the three-point shot has just been money so far tonight.
The Bucks have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Can't hit. Great D that time from Gibson. Golden State's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Ezeli the pass to Barnes. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Barnes has got 8 points.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Passes it to Plumlee. No good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, I love the way they just came right out at them in that game, determined to attack the rim.
And when that strategy, Greg, didn't lead to layups, they usually wound up at the foul line. And I thought they shot an excellent percentage when they did get to the line.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Drummond's checked in for Henson. Reggie Bullock comes in for O.J. Mayo. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Curry outside. Rebound, Milwaukee. Plumlee dishes to Bullock. Back to Plumlee. And Barbosa pulls it down. Smooth sailing for Golden State. To the paint. Here's Curry. And it's sent back by Drummond. Golden State moving the ball around. Second chance shot. Pass to Barbosa. And stolen by Drummond. Here we go. 1-on-1. Here's Bayless. Green with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Monroe's checked in for Plumlee.
Greg Monroe.
50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Monroe's shot is good.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
And there's Green on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 8th assist in the game.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And that one's good. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless. They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
Here's Curry. He's got 26. Barbosa kicks to Iguodala. 1 second left, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Ward. And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Warriors shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. They've got Jared Bayless. Vaughn is out there with Josh McRoberts. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Inglis in at the power forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
Pass to Laverne. Dishes it to Barbosa. The 7-footer falls. Now Bayless. And there's the pass to Inglis. Can't get it to go. So Golden State will take it the other way. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Inside, it's tipped. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Kicks it to Ezeli. To the paint. Here's Laverne. Lays it up and banks it in.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
To the inside. Here's Looney. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Oh, a dunker of his caliber should finish that one off with no problem. That's embarrassing.
Vaughn gets the bucket. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Johnson, that's for 2. Offensive rebound. And Laverne kicks to Ezeli. Down low, the second chance effort. And Johnson with the lay-in, good.
A huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Vaughn. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist.
Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that doesn't back down. He's beyond being intimidated.
Johnson down low, and he drops it in from the low post. Bucks have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. Vaughn. Johnson with the block.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Bayless the pass to Inglis. For 3, Barbosa. Bullock with the rebound. The Bucks shooting for the game at 42%. Here's Inglis. Right through the D for the layup. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Johnson dishes to Barbosa. Back to Johnson. Feeds to Bayless. From past the arc. No good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. It's off to Utah for them after this game as they take on the Jazz. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Barbosa for 3, but they'll get another chance. Azili the pass to Looney. Second shot opportunity. Rebound Milwaukee.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Inglis kicks to McRoberts. Hands the 12-footer.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Barbosa, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Just an amazing game for Barbosa. He's got 17 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on us.
And Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points. You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. He dishes it to Gibson. And he gets it to go. Now here's Carter Williams. Plumlee attacking. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher. There's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage. Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And so Bullock nails both of them.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice we see, and some guys are pretty cavalier about it.
Johnson kicks to Iguodala. Back to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The three-pointer off the mark. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. Greg, a lot of NBA players do play through injury. Last year, for instance, LaMarcus Aldridge played most of the regular season with a thumb injury that required surgery. Mike Conley, Clark Kellogg, we saw in the postseason play with the mask with a facial fracture.
Yeah, and it's hard to make a blanket statement if it's good or bad for guys to do that. You just hope the player heeds the doctor's advice and doesn't do any further damage by playing him.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
Most definitely. I mean, even though you see opponents outside of your conference only twice a year, you still don't want to have that feeling of being swept.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Stephen Curry. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Bullock. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Warrior ball.
Barbosa misses. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think...
Kevin, I'm here with
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome, Stephen Curry.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver, Ernie. He needed this game. You look at how he's been playing recently, and this was huge for him to come out and have a great night. You can really tell a lot about a player, how they break out.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in.